Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem Akakwadash. Double honors to the elders who were in the spirit of Yahawashi, in the spirit of the Akakwadash, which that gives you the authority. And if you're not in that spirit, you don't have the authority, you're not a fucking elder, okay? Peace and blessing to you, true brothers, the true house of David. And we have to keep on saying that, because in this time, men are going off. And according to the scriptures, the Lord, he never took a high seat. He never took a high seat. The Lord was not exalted. So if you call yourself the greatest camp, and you're in a high seat, and you're praised by men, you're in a fucking abomination. This is what the Lord was talking about when he told you, Matthew 23, men are going to exalt themselves in these last days. So what we see happening is men are exalted. Exactly the same crap that was happening back then. Men are exalted. And this truth was never for the world. If you examine this truth in the way that Yahawashi was coming, he was telling you that this truth will be used by the majority of men, and they will trim down the truth so much that the world will come into this truth. That's why you had the tares and the wheat. The Lord said he's gonna let them both grow together. But this truth was never for the world. This truth was only for the true prophets and the true man of the Lord, which their job was to rebuke and set out that discernment so that the ones that was of the Lord, they could repent and get themselves right. But men have turned this truth into like a fucking fad, you know, like who can get the most fame and who can get the most clout. And the spirits that men are in is it's a horrible spirit, because there's no power in the majority of men in these times. When you look at guys, man, and when you examine guys, you guys don't have the power, man. You know, you guys are weak. And we see that the tip that you guys come on the tip of having the fame and the clout, and you have the multitude behind you. That's why we say it don't matter based off the numbers, and that's what guys make it seem like. But the Lord, he deals with a few individual men. So when you read the scriptures, he said you shall chase 1,000 and 10 of you shall pull 10,000 to flight. So that's playing out right before we speak. You know, the Lord, he's flooding out the wicked, and we're in a great revelation of the wicked. We're in a great revelation of all the wicked being revealed. So we see every single last one of these men, all these guys that have exalted themselves and they took a high seat, you know. And the Lord, he wasn't in the spirit of holding back his sword from blood. So when you have men teaching the spirit and they're not in the spirit and they're coming on smooth, that just means that they sold out. We have a lot of guys that have sold out and they have taken the bag. And when they take the bag, when guys get what they want from the truth, they're not in the spirit of really coming like that. Men are in a horrible condition in these last days, and men, they have become corrupt. They have become corrupt. I don't know how many fucking times we can tell you guys. These guys have become corrupt, because when you take the high seat, you can no longer rebuke. You can no longer see. You're not judging through the Holy Spirit. What you're judging of is the numbers and the things of the flesh. So you're perceiving who's a man of the Lord. And on the flip side of that, you're pushing guys and the multitude that follows you to see this thing through the flesh. Now the Lord told you, if somebody comes preaching another spirit and they preach another Yahawashi, he said two things. He said if they preach another Yahawashi or they preach another spirit, you're not supposed to bear with them, you see? You're not supposed to accept them. You're supposed to depart. And guys are coming in with another spirit, which is not the spirit of Yahawashi. And it's the spirit of the world. Because when you examine these TV prophets, they come in that exact same spirit. They come in this smooth spirit where they want to make you feel good and tell you all this good shit. And that's just demonic. Because when you tell guys and you try to be cool with guys and you're not really rebuking, you're in a demonic spirit. That's the spirit that you're in. And you're deceitful. You're fake. A lot of guys, they're fake. Because the guys have used this truth now for their gains, man. You got to really get that. And the more smoother guys come, the more demonic they are. Real talk. It's not coming from a place of sincerity, man. The prophets were always in the spirit of rebuking. They were always in the spirit of letting shit be known. They didn't care. So when you come straight and you come forward and you come hard, what you see is you're not going to have that many friends. You're not going to have that many guys around you. What you're going to have is the spirit, and you're going to be by yourself, because the world, it cannot take the spirit of Yahawashi. This world is wicked, man. This world is wicked. You got all these faggots, you got all these homosexuals, you got all this pedophilia, and most importantly, you guys in this truth, all these fucking guys in this truth that are false prophets, they're worse than these fucking faggots in the world. You're worse than Esau, because you're preaching another spirit of Yahawashi, okay? That's what you're doing. You're coming in another spirit. You're not coming in the spirit of Yahawashi. You see? Now the Lord, what he's doing is he's allowing guys to be led astray, because if you really can't see in these times, you really can't discern who has the spirit, you're not going to make it. I don't care who the fuck you are. If you really can't see, you're not going to make it, because the deception is so high in this time, man. And we've been saying this thing from day one. We've been telling guys how guys really are. We've been exposing guys how guys really are. You know, GMS, these guys in GMS, they're in the high seat. They're not right. You see all these fucking guys, because now they're in the high seat. They think they can just take away from the scriptures. Guys are going to the forest. You know, nobody rebukes nobody on that. Guys are taking from the scriptures. Guys think that they could just add on to the scriptures. Judas was forced in the hand of the Lord, which that's going off. All these camps in these last days, they have their own fucking spirit. You got the spirit of Edomites wanting to kiss guys' shoes. You got guys in GMS that want to be great. You got Adam Abbott, these sellouts. You got Sakari, the Daggerman, the Zealots. All these guys are in their own spirit. It's not the spirit of Yahawashi. And the heavy thing about the Lord was, the heavy thing about this truth is it don't matter how much prophecies and information you know. Because if you reject the spirit, you're going to be destroyed either way. So it don't matter how much information you know. Now, when you understand Yahawashi, he was telling you that the prophets, he was telling you that these guys, they rejected the spirit of the prophets. They rejected Yahawashi. When the thing was happening is, these guys, they're rejecting the spirit of the prophet. They're rejecting the prophets. Men are rejecting what we're saying, but then they act like everything's all good, like they can just walk around and just teach the word. It's not like that, man. And see, man is so fucking corrupt. You see? This is Mark 7 and verse 9. This is what the Lord and the prophets were speaking on, man. Because the prophets were not set to be in any high seat in his kingdom. They were set to rebuke the wickedness. They were set to rebuke the fucking phonies. And you phonies back in these last days, all you fucking pieces of shit that crept up in this truth, all you spies, we're set to rebuke you. We're like that thorn in your side that you can't get out. And even though you may act like nothing's going on, you try to ignore us. Oh, don't watch those guys. And we see a lot of you guys, you sneak on our channels like a fucking piece of shit that you are. But guess what? It's not working. Because you guys in your covenant with death, that's going to be it's not going to be esteemed. It's not going to be esteemed, man. And at the end of the day, the joke is going to be on you guys. Mark chapter 7 and verse 9. And he said unto them, full well you reject the commandment of the Lord, that ye may keep your own traditions. For Moses said, honor thy father and thy mother, and whoso curses father and mother, let him die to death. But you say, if a man shall say to his father and mother, it is korban, that is a gift, but whatsoever thou mightest be profited by, he shall be made free. 13, making the word of the Lord of none effect to your tradition. And that's what these guys are doing. Guys are going about to establish their own tradition. So they're rejecting the spirit of the prophets, and they're rejecting our harsh rebuke, and they think they just get away with it. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. What has happened is the camps, they have made this thing into something carnal, where it was supposed to be something spiritual. You were supposed to get yourself to Yahawashi. Now these camps, they have made themselves like an idol, like you have to go to them to be of the Lord. And that's what these scribes and Pharisees were doing. They were making themselves idolized in the eyes of men. And once you do that, you no longer have the spirit of Yahawashi to really teach, man. You no longer have that spirit. Now, you got these guys, they can call out all this information. They may recognize the precept and have all these precepts. But when it comes to the spirit of the Lord, these guys don't have it. They don't have it, man. It don't matter how much information you know. The key thing is knowing who's in the spirit and who's not. And you guys out there, you reject the spirit of the Lord. And you guys, you're in an effeminate spirit. You're in a weak-ass spirit, man. And we see you. See, you, by you hating us, the Lord hates you. And you may sit there, you may try to grind your teeth, but it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. Because a lot of you guys, man, What has happened is the Lord, he is taking the spirit away. He's giving it to the few brothers that actually really can see. And we're just increasing, man. And it's a beautiful thing. 13, making the word of the Lord of none effect to your traditions, which you have delivered, and many such things as you do. So if you reject the spirit of the prophets and you reject the little ones, it really don't matter what you do. Like we say, a lot of you guys, you sit up there, you put your weak ass face in these cameras, and you don't look so good. You don't look so good because those demons are eating your ass up. And you guys, you exalted yourself, and now you can no longer come in the spirit of Yahawashi. And the Lord, he wasn't no fucking average man, okay? He wasn't no average guy. The Lord wasn't a guy that just, he wasn't about saying nothing. He just kept, the Lord wasn't like you guys. You just use scriptures to justify not getting your hands dirty, man. Oh, don't say this about those guys, and don't say this and this and that. No, man. That just means that you're not of the Lord. All you guys that don't speak against the wickedness, because how are we going to get out of here? The Lord said he's going to judge our people first. So if judgment is happening in the house of Israel, that means that our people are going to get judged before the fucking Edomites, before the other nations, okay? All you fucking clowns in this truth, you try to put Esau above our people. No, it's before that. And these camps, they have made it so that guys are not even judging who's in the spirit no more. They're just judging of who has a fame and clout. That's how these guys have made this truth. And guys, they set themselves up in certain positions of fame and clout because they don't have the spirit. Because if you had the spirit, you wouldn't be on no high seat. You wouldn't be seeking the greatest camp. Or we're the greatest camp. Well, guess what? While you're saying you're the greatest camp, the Lord don't snatch your spirit. A lot of you guys, man. A lot of you guys. And you guys, you do your videos and you try to come like you're in the spirit of the Lord. We see a lot of you guys, you're just faking it. It's just fake. You know? The Lord has something special for a lot of you guys, man. So you got to understand that they didn't know the Lord. The scribe and the Pharisees, they didn't know Yahawashi. When the Lord came in that spirit, which was a hard and rebuking spirit, men hated the Lord. They didn't accept that spirit. And so when we come in this spirit, in this hard spirit, and we come straight, because I'm not good at holding stuff back, and I'm not really politically correct, and I'm not really good with my words. I just speak. I just let it come out. And if you don't like it, then fucking click off. I'm not here to make you feel good, man. A lot of you guys are wicked anyways. A lot of you guys are just phonies. So just click off. This is only for the elites of our nation. Okay? Now, going back to that point, you can have the doctrine and not have the spirit. You can say you have the doctrine and have the information and still reject the spirit of Yahawashi. And you got to understand the heavier thing the Lord was saying was the scribe and the Pharisee, they sit in Moses' seat. Like these guys, they sit on top. They sit up in the camera. They have all these subscribers. They have all this fame. But then when they get that fame, they reject the spirit of Yahawashi because now they're in the flesh. So camps, men, all these guys, a lot of guys in these last days, they have rejected the spirit of Yahawashi. But they think that just because they have the information and knowledge, that's all they need to make it. No, man. No, that's not. You need more than that. Okay? You need more than that. Luke chapter 7 and 28. For I say unto you, among those that were born of woman, there is not a greater prophet than John the Baptist. But he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than him. Right? So John the Baptist, what was he doing? He was rebuking. He was reproving. He was making a way for Yahawashi. He was paving that way. And guys are not actually in that path. They have gone out the way. They're walking in their own way. Guys are just walking in their own spirit. Guys, they say you don't have to come in the spirit of Yahawashi. All you have to do is teach prophecies. What was the Lord just teaching prophecy? No, he was going into things of the spirit. He was discerning men. So now the prophecies was not later on until like Matthew 24. But before that, the Lord, who was constantly going into our people, constantly putting out parables, constantly getting you to discern, have faith, believe in this thing for the Lord, not be subjected unto men, because man can get corrupt. And we see you guys as elders, these guys are sitting high. See, it don't look good. All these old ass guys, you know. And then they sit up in these high seats and they're copying this guy Korah, they don't look so good, man. See, this truth can be used against you. You may have been in this truth for a while, and the thing is, Ezekiel 3 said, if you lose the Holy Spirit, none of your works shall be remembered. And guys have lost it, man. They have lost it. And all we're doing is we're just following the scriptures and bringing out what Yahawashi did. And it's a threat. It's a threat. Because a lot of you guys have lost the spirit of the Lord. And you understand that you're with the enemy. You're working with Esau. So just like you guys did to Stephen, if you guys have the opportunity, you'll try to do it to us. But it's not going to work. It's not going to work, man. This time, the Lord's not going to hold back his prophets in the corner anymore. This is Luke 11 and verse 42. But woe unto you, Pharisees, for you tithe mince and rue and all manner of herbs and pass over judgment. So, right. So these guys, they want your money. They constantly want money. Your money this, your money that. And let's say if you stop sending money to these guys, they won't fucking know you, man. You'll be like another Adam and Eve in the background. They won't know who you are. That's what these camps are about now. It's like, if you're not sending them money or you're benefiting them or giving them your attention or you don't have their camp name, then they don't deem you like you're anything. But guess what? The nobodies are the somebodies that the Lord uses. But when you become great in his kingdom, the Lord rejects you. A lot of you guys, you're rejected. Okay? Now it says, woe unto you, Pharisees, for you love the uppermost seats in the synagogues and greetings in the markets. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are as graves which appear not, and the men that walk over them are not aware of them. Right? So because men love the attention and they love fame, and they're willing to do anything that they can do to get that fame. And even to this point, guys are using the scriptures and they're using Yahawashi just to get that fame, you know. And the camps, the Lord wasn't about camps. That's why he said 2 and 2. He said the prophets out 2 and 2. He said, I'm going to be a little sanctuary. Are you guys not reading the scriptures? The Lord said, where 2 or 3 are gathered, I am in the midst of them. So the Lord, he wasn't about camps. Guys have made this thing like a camp, like a fucking Boy Scout thing. And the majority of these guys in these camps, from Great Millstone to IUIC, a lot of these guys ain't right. Most of you guys ain't even going to make it. This is your kingdom. That's why you have the fame. That's why you have the fame. That's why a lot of you guys, you notice that when you watch us, you feel some type of way. The reason why you feel like that is because you're wicked. If you were righteous, you wouldn't feel no type of way. But we see that a lot of you guys, you're not right. You're not right, man. You're not right. And instead of taking the low seat and allowing the Lord to build you up, you decide to take the high seat. Now the Lord's against you. And John the Baptist, he said that, who warned you from the wrath to come? Who warned you to flee? And that's the spirit that we're coming in. Who the fuck warned you guys to flee from the wrath to come, man? Most of these guys in these camps, they have snuck in and they really don't belong in this time. What the Lord is doing is he's allowing guys to gather the undesirables, because we're in that time with the harvest, the wheat and the tares. So as you have the righteous gathering up that few, you have the false prophets gathering up the many. You know, that's why you have a lot of these camps, because they're havens. You know, they're like fucking buckets for the bad fish. All right. So it says, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are as graves which appear not, and the men that walk over them are not aware of them. Then answered one of the lawyers and said unto him, Master, thus saying thou reproachest us also. And he said, woe unto you also, you lawyers, for you lay men with burdens grievous to be borne, and you yourself touch not one of the burdens with one of your fingers. Woe unto you, for you build the sepulchres of the prophets, and your fathers killed them. And that's why, man, when men say, well, we would never do that, and we don't hate you guys, but through their actions they do. Because like I said, the scribe and the Pharisees, they had the doctrine. They knew Yahawashi was coming back. Okay? The scribe and the Pharisee, when they seen that star, they said, that's the Messiah. When Herod seen that star, he said that was the Messiah. So people already knew. So it wasn't because of the doctrine. It was because of the spirits that they were coming in teaching the doctrine. And so you guys that don't come in the spirit of Yahawashi, you're not of the Lord. It don't matter how many lessons you can do. You can do a lesson till you're fucking blue in the face. You can have all these subscribers and these weak ass guys on your comment board giving you all this fake love. It's not of the Lord, man. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it, man. Because the prophets, if you don't accept the prophets and you don't accept Yahawashi, then you're rejected. And the Lord, for a lot of you guys, he has you rejecting what we say just so he can destroy you. You see? Now this is John chapter 8 and 25. Then they say unto him, who art thou? See, they were constantly asking Yahawashi who he is. So man, they ask and they don't know who we are and they question. So you have the information and guys may have the doctrine, but they don't know who the prophets are. So that's how we know who's who, because the scribes and Pharisees, these guys, they had the doctrine, but they didn't know who the prophets were. They were not in the spirit of Yahawashi. All right, do you get that? It says, even the same that I said unto you from the beginning. I have many things to say and to judge of you, but he that sent me is true, and I speak to the world those things which I have heard to him. They understood not that he spake to them of the Father. Then said Yahawashi unto them, when you have lifted up the Son of Man, then shall you know that I am he, and that I do nothing of myself, but my Father has taught me. I speak these things. And he that sent me is with me. The Father has not left me alone, for I do always those things that please him. And as he spake these words, many believe on him. So, only a few men believed in the Lord, and only those that were actually redeemed from the foundations of the world, they believed on Yahawashi. Just like now, you know, we may only have a few brothers that come on our comment boards and they believe, because those brothers that actually believe what we're saying, they have the highest form of faith. You know, they have the highest form of faith. They're not average men. For these brothers that believe and they watch us, they're mutants. They're mutants, man. Because the thing that we're saying is gonna go over the majority of these guys' ears, because guys are in the flesh. But those that are actually of the spirit, they're gonna understand. That's why we teach this truth. We're not coming smooth. We're not here to appease your emotions. We're not here to make you feel good. If you want to fucking feel good, go to GMS SC. Go to this guy. He's gonna make you feel good, because all he's gonna give you is all these prophecies, man. That has nothing to do with the spirit. Because with those prophecies, if you're not right in the spirit, you're not gonna make it. Okay? If you're not right in the spirit, these days the Lord's not gonna be with you. The heavier things of this truth is having mercy, faith, and discernment. Being able to build yourself up in the inside. You get what I'm saying? Those qualities that you need to actually be of the Lord. That's why the Lord is telling you, he spoke to the disciples constantly going into faith. He was constantly going to discernment. He was constantly going to mercy. Okay? He was building them up. So now when you get built up, then those prophecies come after. You see? But our people, they don't know the Lord. They don't know the Lord. You know, you gotta understand that just like these scribes, just like these pastors in the churches, they play on the minds of the people. They play on the emotions of the people. You know, they play on the emotion, man. Like, yo, if you don't pay your tithes, then you know, all this crap. Just like in this truth, God play on the emotions of men, and they understand how to work our people, man. But you guys, you never understood that the Lord will set up a few men, true brothers, man, young brothers, you know, even the elder brother too, you know, that will be cussing you guys out. You guys never expected that. You guys just thought you're just going to be wicked and we're the greatest camp and we're just going to do what we're going to. No. That's not how it works, buddy. The Lord, he set men up to really work. And just like in the time of Elijah, the prophets, they're only few, man. They're only few in these last days. So this is just another form of discernment, because guys may say we have all this information, but the scribe and the Pharisee, they rejected the spirit of Yahawashi. So they weren't justified by the information that they had of the law. They were justified by the spirit. So you're justified if you believe in the Lord. But if you reject the Lord, then he's going to reject you. You see? This is Luke chapter 7 and verse 30. It says, but the Pharisees and the lawyers rejected the counsel of God against himself, being not baptized of him. And the Lord said, whereunto then shall I liken the men of this generation, and to what are they like? So, men, what they're doing is men have rejected the spirit of Yahawashi, but then they call themselves teaching his work and saying that they're of the Lord, which that's far from the truth. Because if you don't accept who the Lord sent, then you're not of the Lord. Guys think that they can just reject and kill the prophets, and then when the Lord comes back, then they're good with the Lord. That it don't work like that, man. If you reject the prophets that the Lord sent, you really think you're going to accept the Lord? Especially because we teach in a heavy spirit and we come hard. And the spirit that we come in, the Lord, he comes in an even heavier spirit. So you guys that are effeminate and you're in your emotions and you're like this world, you know, as you get offended at us, you definitely won't be able to understand Yahawashi. You definitely want to stand before the presence of Yahawashi. And if the Lord was here, he wouldn't be in no great camp. He'll be rebuking a lot of these camps, man. A lot of these guys that have a respected person, and they made their camp into an idol worshiping camp, man. So like I said, I'm going to say it again. The spirits of the prophets and Yahawashi, they were rejected of the scribes and Pharisees, men that were in high seats. But the scribes and Pharisees were still doing the work deceitfully. So just like now, if you don't accept the prophets and you don't accept Yahawashi, none of your works really matter. A lot of you guys in these camps, man, you're doing this work and you're doing it deceitfully. Your works don't really matter. Because first of all, you're not in the spirit, and then you reject the spirits, man. You reject Yahawashi. You reject his men, which you're only bringing damnation unto yourself. This is Acts 20 and verse 28. Take heed therefore unto yourselves and to the flock, over the which the Holy Spirit has made you overseers, right? So we were created to be overseers until Yahawashi comes back, you know. The Lord, he gives us the key to the house until he comes back. And we're supposed to watch over the sheep. What has happened is men have become corrupt, and they have established themselves in the high seat. And when men start ruling, see, the Lord, he wasn't trying to rule over people. That's why he even had that guy. He said, well, Lord, tell my brother to split this bill between us. The Lord said, who made me a ruler over you? The Lord wasn't trying to be no ruler. You see these elders, you see these so-called high priests, they have established like a government. You see what I'm saying? Which the Lord, he was going against the scribes and Pharisees and their governments. Apostle Paul, he wasn't in no government. You see, Yahawashi is the only government that you need to look up to. Not look up to men, because most of these guys are carnal and they're going to lead you to your death. What you want to follow is the spirit of Yahawashi, which is contained in these scriptures. And you got to have enough integrity to get away from these camps, man. You know, you got to have enough integrity. We understand that some of you brothers out there, you're sincere and you're asking questions. Well, pray to the Lord. Pray to the Lord. Because in these times, the camps are not the best solution for a man of the Lord. You have many murderers that actually killed a man of the Lord that were teaching this truth in these last days, man. For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous woes enter in among you, not sparing the flock. Right? They don't spare you. You know, they don't really give you those things that you need. And what you need is to discern who has the spirit and who doesn't. You know, we're past the point of having information. Now, we may go into prophecies and we may speak a couple things concerning what's going on. But primarily, what I'm speaking on is the faith, man. You know, when I do my videos, I'm getting men to see, you know, through the spirit, man. You know, and by you being able to see through the spirit, then you're good with the Lord. Then you have everything that you need. It's only when you're in the flesh and you're listening to these guys and they're just giving you all this prophecy, but they're not giving you the spirit. Then you're in a bad place. You see, a lot of these guys, they have all this information, but they don't even believe, man. That's the scary thing about it. It says, also of your own self shall men arise speaking perverse things to draw away disciples after them. Therefore watch and remember that by the space of 3 years I cease not to warn everyone night and day with tears. Apostle Paul, he was warning you of the things that will be going on, just like we're warning you right now. So You guys out there, you reject the spirit of Yahawashi, and you go about to establish your own righteousness, which is going to lead a lot of you guys to your death if you don't repent, man. You see? But that's just more discernment. That's just more discernment. You got to understand who's in the spirit of Yahawashi, who's just talking about Yahawashi. Because the wicked, what they're going to try to do is do videos on Yahawashi, which is going to be all false. It's going to be all false. So you got to discern between the two. And with that, let me go ahead and get out of here, man. Hey, shalom.